New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
Plus 30.8. That is the net rating when Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier are on the floor together. That two-man lineup has the best net rating, the second best in the NBA. So behind only one grouping from Utah. And what it tells me is that they're playing really high level and that it benefits Kemba to have that secondary playmaker out there. 120.2 offensive rating, a 3.19 assist-to-turnover ratio. They take care of the basketball. They seek good shots. Brad Stevens has said, I think they like playing with each other, and Kemba describes it as instant chemistry. They've been phenomenal.
What's going on, Knicks Nation? This is Jay Ellis from Nick of Time Show here, give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And we celebrating today. The gunshots is going up because they was sleeping on our GM, man. They was sleeping on our front office, man. They thought he was done. They thought the moves were all right. People was starting to complain a little bit. But, you know, my GM moves stealth, man. We move like ninjas over here, man. Ninja P, Leon Rose, we all move in silence like lasagna, all right? So we're going to get into the celebration of bringing the Yukon Don, Cardiac Kemba, back home to NYC, the Mecca, right after Jada Kiss came over and smashed it. The next day, Kemba Walker is signing with the New York Knicks. Let's go. Let's go. But we're going to get all into that. And before we even get into that, let me just introduce my guys. First and foremost, it is my guy from the YouTube channel across the street. It is the Raw Metaphor, the Raw Hebrew Remnant. What's going on, sir?
What's up, my man Jay Ellis, Ryan G in the building. I think it was you that gave him that name, the Ninja, and it has fit.
Oh yeah, Ninja P. Yeah, Ninja P is that's the KOT creation that's taken over a life of its own.
Right.
And now the whole front office moves like ninjas, man. We all ninja out, right? And of course, you already know who this is. It is the man, the myth, the legend, and the guy with the stats and the facts joining us. Ryan, Ryan, where's your volume? Raw, can you say anything?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Ryan, can you hear me?
Ryan, your volume is low. Your volume is not percolating, Ryan.
Oh, my fault. My mic. Yeah, I didn't click the on button.
There you go. Let them know who you are, sir.
Ryan G's in the building. Welcome home, Kemba Walker. Let's go.
Let's go, man. And for all you guys who want to talk about the arrival of Kemba Walker, you can hit that Discord link that's pinned at the top to come and join your boys. And once you hit that Discord link, our boy Fritz will be joining you and guiding you through on how to talk with us on the Nick of Time show. So, man, let's get into it, man. Kemba, we were all talking about who's going to be the point guard for New York Knicks. I didn't mind having Derrick Rose play and having IQ and McBride do the backup, but apparently, you know, this front office had other plans in mind, and they signed Kemba Walker to a 2-year contract with the Knicks. It's going to be around $8 to $9 million range. Mm-hmm. And the last year is going to be a team option. So Raw, let me tell you, how do you think Kemba will fit in with this team? What do you see his role being with the Knicks?
Oh, it's going to be seamless. It really is going to be seamless. We could not have chosen a better point guard to get. It's going to be extremely seamless. He's already used to playing with Evan Fournier, and his style of game is like that. He can fit in with anybody. He's one of them plug and play type guys. So yeah, I don't expect to see any problems with Kemba.
Ryan, anything to add to Kemba Walker joining the Knicks?
I think more importantly, because before Kemba came to the Knicks, if you looked at the Knicks point guard situation, you have to admit it was kind of iffy because you have Rose, and then you didn't know who would take up that backup point guard role at the time because you were looking at the options. You were like, damn, who's going to be that? You got to step up as the backup point guard. Then we started worrying about, you know, would Derrick Rose play so many minutes? Like, right. will Tips burn him out, you know, before the season's over? But now with Kemba coming in, you don't have to worry about that. You can split minutes between them and save them both at the same time. And like Ross said, you know, Kemba's a guy that he just fits in wherever he goes. And that's like the type of point guard we need. He provides us scoring at the point guard position. He's a guy that he'll get others involved. He'll attack the basket. So I mean, and then on top of that, he's New York born and raised. So I mean, it's a perfect fit right there.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit. What I like about Kemba coming to New York is, first of all, one is the story. Two, I feel like we fleeced the Celtics. You know how it is with the East Coast and the New York and its rivalries. You don't like these East Coast guys. New York and Boston, we always have some type of little bit of beef. We was able to take Evan Fournier from under the nose during free agency. And also, somebody even tweeted this out on Twitter that, they had to pay, they had to give up first round picks to get Kemba. Kemba was over there in the Thunder in the offseason. I'm hearing rumors about, Kemba and the Thunder. They're thinking about ways to work it out. They're going to see what happens, kind of like a CP3 situation. And that was the tone going into free agency. And then all of a sudden, this flip happens. And we noticed that the Thunder, all season long, all these past few seasons, they've been just flipping stars for picks. They got to Kemba, and it seems like they weren't able to flip him because of his injury history combined with his salary, which he was getting paid $36 million. So the Knicks were able to swoop in, get him under market value. Win-win really is like the risk factor is very minimal. Only spending $9 million to bring a all-star, 3-time all-star caliber point guard here who can carry offense. I'm sorry, respect on his name.
Yeah.
Four-time,
yeah.
four-time caliber point guard on the Knicks. Put some respect on his name. And it's just like, if it works, it's a home run. We got a guy who can take pressure off of Julius and take these last second shots in the playoffs. If it doesn't work, we still have McBride, we still have IQ, and it's only 2 years, and the last year is a team option. So it's really like it's a masterful plan. It's masterful, man. It really is masterful. And you're Ryan, and I have to ask. Let me ask you a question, Ryan.
Yes, sir.
How do you spell Leon Rose?
LeonRose.
No, that's wrong. That's not how you spell Leon Rose. What you forgetting, man? There's a silent G in Leon. You didn't know that, because real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Oh.
He's right.
yo. Like I knew something was gonna come up. I was like, I didn't know you were trying to get at, but I was like, but yo, I just want to throw this in right quick though, because look, you have to look at it this way too, the way they fleeced the Celtics, because the Celtics traded 2 second-round picks, I think, and plus a player to the Magic for Fournier, just for him to come to the Knicks in the offseason, where we just use cap space. And then on top of that, they had to trade a first-round pick and a future second-round pick to OKC for them to even take Kemba Walker's contract, just for OKC to buy him out and have him come to the Knicks for cheap.
Yeah.
Fleeced the Celtics twice.
Fleeced, man.
For real.
Fleeced. I love it. And let's talk about scenarios though. We have Kemba Walker here. We have Evan Fournier here. First and foremost, where do you see him being most effective? Like, this guy, what makes Kemba Walker so dangerous in his head is his 3-level scoring and his pick and roll. He's one of these guys. I was looking at some stats. He's one of these guys who he was in the 91st percentile or better in finishing plays as a ball handler in the pick and roll. That's him at his best. That wasn't last year though. That wasn't last year, yo. So we have to keep in mind that wasn't last year. He was in the 40th percentile last year. So hopefully he gets back to that. But how do you see him working out with the Knicks, and what do you think his role is going to be? Because because my first instinct is we have Walker here, we have Fournier here, we have Julius Randle here. Whose team is it?
Ooh.
It's going to be Kemba's team.
It's going to be Kemba's team.
Because it just goes by like his resume, his seniority, his experience in the playoffs. And that's what I like about it. It's going to be Kemba's team, but he is humble enough to help Julius with his leadership role and make Julius feel like he's included.
Okay, all right. Ryan, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's also Kemba's team?
I mean, looking at the roster right now, I would have to say it's Kemba's team as
Hold
well.
on one
Like,
second.
all right.
But keep going.
Yeah, like Kemba right now, like, Kemba's the point guard, so he's gonna be the one running the show. And of course, he's got the veteran leadership, and he's a locker room guy. Guys like playing with him and things of that nature. So it's like, I think at the moment it's Kemba's team, but I agree with Roy. Like, he's the type where he's gonna help out the younger players and make them feel like they also got some leadership responsibilities on the team as well. But yeah, I believe it's gonna be Kemba's team, no doubt.
I'm seeing some things in the chat. I got to give it some props. Christopher Thompson, Michael Charles, and Michael Cotton is right. It's really Tibbs' team. That's correct. I have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is like I guess that's my only question. It's been Julius Randle's team for the last few years. Julius, he's a gracious guy. He's like a hardworking, humble type of dude. So I do feel like he'll have the respect for a guy who's been a full-time All-Star and a guy who's been in New York. But he's kind of acclimated to Tom's system already. So I'm just wondering. I'm curious to see how they work this out. I think they will, especially considering how Kemba and Evan already have chemistry, and Julius just seems to like being more willing to share the ball last season. I'm curious to see how it works out. Last play of the game, who gets the ball?
Well, that's the thing, man. It could be, you got Evan Fournier. It could be Randall. It could be Kemba. It could be D Rose. It could be RJ.
Who gets the ball last play of the game?
Who's hot that day?
Yeah, who's hot? Yeah, pretty much.
Who's hot that day?
Whose team is it, man? Whose team is it? But
I'll say this though. It's gonna depend on who's hot that day. But
Yeah.
if I have to choose like who I probably trust the most with the ball in the final seconds, it would probably be between Kemba, Fournier, and Rose. Like those would be my three top guys right there on the Knicks. Yeah,
I agree. Absolutely.
I also agree with Kemba, Fournier, and Rose, depending on who's hot that day. I'm just wondering how does this affect Julius Randle's? Because there's a domino effect when you have such a force that comes in. It's usually a domino effect of the pecking order and the roles. People have to kind of give up some more shots. RJ Barrett might have to find different ways to get his shots now. We wonder how much playmaking he's gonna have, responsibility he's gonna have. Tibbs, he's been running like a lot of kind of triangle a little bit last year.
Oh yeah, yes, he's a triangle coach.
He's a triangle coach. Kemba Walker, pick and roll, dominant guard. Like I said, his best was 91st percentile in the pick and roll. Is Tom Thibodeau going to adjust his offense to be a lot more pick and roll heavy, especially considering Kemba's had a lot of success running off of 1 and 2 screens? That remains to be seen. Raw is like, yes, of course.
No, because look at the Chicago years. He had pick and roll with Joakim Noah and D Rose, but he was running the triangle.
That's true.
So that's not a problem. He knows how to do that. He just needed the personnel. He did not have a pick and roll guard with Alfred Payton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that, man. And it's okay. Yes, something to say?
No, I just want to add like something right quick, and the fact that the Knicks have a big man in Mitch that is effective off the pick and roll, where a lob threat. I mean, you got to play pick and roll. You got to incorporate that into the offense. Have to. It's a must.
Yes, it's definitely a must. If you were to talk about the cons, the cons for Kemba Walker are he wasn't really an high assist guy.
Mm-hmm.
After the All-Star break, though, he had a pretty good run. averaged 20 points, 5 assists. He hasn't been the highest assist guy in his whole career. Some people will say it's because he didn't really have the guys to pass it to for half of his career. Does that concern you when it comes to the Knicks, especially the way Tom kind of preaches ball movement?
Oh no, no, that's not a problem. That's not gonna be a problem. No, I don't. That's not going. As far okay, you want to talk about all right? I'll tell you the problem. Fournier's gonna want to shoot. He's in his prime. Julius is not in his prime. Fournier's in his prime. So he's gonna want the ball. He's gonna want to shoot. He's gonna want last second shot. And you know what? He's gonna be successful with it. But if you start focusing too much on Julius, I'm only concerned with Fournier's attitude. He has never shown an attitude, but he is French, and you know some of these French cats got their thing, man. So I'm just saying. So that's the only issue I could see that might happen.
So you feel like Fournier? You know what's funny? I feel like Fournier is the guy who can play different roles. He's not the guy who he can play off ball, all ball.
No, he can, but he's used to off ball. He used to plays being run for him.
No, you're right. In Orlando, he had a very high usage percentage for most of the years.
Yeah.
And even for Kemba, when these guys had high use, I feel like Kemba struggled. And you know what? I'm not even gonna put it on his struggles as shooting. I mean, I'm gonna put the struggles on more of his health and his knees. And
yeah.
The year he has right now, he's been resting for the first time in a long time. He said that he's gonna get himself right and attack the summer correctly. So I think if he comes back healthy, we had a down year last year, but there's a pretty good chance that I can see him bouncing back and having a successful year with the New York Knicks. But last season, he did have problems meshing with some of these Celtics guys when they had to take a bigger step and he had to take kind of a step back.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It could be more health related than role related. You know what I mean?
I think it's health. I think it's more the health related.
Yeah, me too. Health. Yeah.
All right. Salute to the chat, man. Everybody salute to the chat. Everybody was here rocking with the KOT show. Shout out to Christopher Thompson, DJ, White Falcon, Soldier Slim, Rodney Santa. Everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. If you're liking the show so far, hit that like and subscribe button and share with your fellow man. All right, you're rocking with the KOT show, talking about Kemba Walker. Might be a short, slow show tonight, but we just had to top it up with you guys, talk about Kemba Walker. And if you guys want to talk to us, head over to the Discord link. The Discord link is pinned at the top of the chat, and our guy Fritz will guide you on how to talk with us live on the KOT show. And we have somebody in the queue, and I'm going to drag him to talk to us live right now. All right?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Oops, put him in the wrong. Here we go. All right, caller, you are live on the KOT show. Hit the KOT live button 2 times. Once, twice, and then hit watch stream. And you should hear everybody else, all right? Okay, caller, and let me know when you hear everybody. All right? But shout out to the chat in the meantime. Jason M says Tatum and Brown are more ball dominant than Randall. Randall was only ball dominant because he had to be. True, it's funny because when in spots when Randall had to be a spot-up three-point shooter, he was pretty good. He was
Very good.
pretty good. So I like, especially in the clock situations, I really liked how he handled the spot up catch and shoot threes. I need to actually look at those numbers, Randall's catch and shoot threes.
Yeah.
All right. And NYC, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, they can't just fade toward him like they did the previous 2 years. They can't do that because everybody else will kill. This is really a good team, man. The only problem we're going to have is injuries. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. In turn, you like if you had a healthy Mitchell Robinson for 82 games, a healthy Kemba Walker, everybody healthy, this team is top 4 in the East. But, the only issue is injuries. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, man, injuries. I think, let's talk about that for a second. Because if there's another criticism, it's that our biggest free agent signings have not been healthy for the past few years. Evan Fournier has been, on the injured list a lot. Kemba Walker as well, only played like 40-something games last year, and the year before that as well wasn't healthy the whole season. But the year before that was also a shortened season. So health might be an issue But to me, I'm still fine with it though.
No, yeah, because it's not. If it was, see, in the past, Knick management from the past would have signed a guy like Kemba Walker for 5 years, 100 million at age 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this management gets him for 8 million for 2 years, plus they get D Rose and they're platooning them. They're doing everything because Boston did not have. Well, that's not true. Boston had the kid Pritchard behind Kemba, but they were making Kemba kind of the man. This is not his situation in New York. He's not going to be the man. You got him. You got Evan Fournier. You got Randall. You got also RJ, and then you got D Rose. You got a lot of guys that this is like an all-star team, man. It really is. So you're going to get everybody, distributing, and these guys are professionals. They know they're trying to win, man. They're in a situation where they're trying to win. So I think we're in good shape. The only thing is, like, if somebody gets hurt, like, and I'm not even saying, let's say Kemba's done for the year by January or February, right? We can still roll because we just gonna now D Rose steps in. He's gonna have to play part-time. You're gonna have IQ. You got to depend on Deuce McBride some more.
Right.
You got to do that. But it's not gonna like crush us. It's not gonna kill us. Yeah. And if he ends up playing healthy until May, we serving notice. They're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, even if he plays like 75% of the games or so, we're still good. And I think we have the depth. Between IQs being in his second year, McBride, who looks like a dog, that he'll be able to carry us through, man. And just having a guy like Kemba, who I think is gonna be huge for someone like IQ, who's learning how to navigate screens. Like, Kemba is a screen master, man. I still remember we was dueling. It was a Trey Burke versus Kemba a couple of years ago, and watching him navigate screens and try to defend that was like kind of masterful. On the flip side of that, though, he couldn't guard Trey Burke for nothing. He couldn't navigate his screen as well.
Yeah, but they ended up winning. But they won that game, though. They won that game.
Yeah.
Trey Burke dropped 42, but they won that game.
Exactly. But like the bigger picture for me is just like the Knicks did it better because the Knicks, even though these guys are kind of like injury-ish histories, they don't have like a 5-year, $200 type of $1 million contract. They have every player on this team has a player option, a team option at the end of the year. Even Alec Burks.
That's right.
Alec Burks was originally reported that it was 3 years, all guaranteed.
Oh, you mean that's not fully guaranteed?
It's not fully guaranteed.
No.
The third year.
Sure.
Yeah,
see,
the third.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering why they would do it for everybody else and not him. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I was wondering the same thing. So the Knicks did it well. The Knicks did it perfectly this time. And on top of that, like, if you heard the intro, they talked about the chemistry between Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. It's only been 9 games, but you saw they had the second best offense in the NBA in those 9-game streaks. So I'm interested to see how that combination of offense goes. And if you look at Kemba Walker's averages then at that point, he averaged 23 points, 5 assists a game when he played those games with Evan Fournier, and shot 46% from the field. And so it seems like he was naturally flowing with him, and he was more healthy when Evan was there. So as long as those two guys are healthy and playing together, I think will work. And I'm also looking forward to seeing some mix and matching with Kemba and McBride together. I think that could be crazy, man.
Absolutely.
I still want to see some offense, defense mixed in there in that first unit.
And not only that, I think they're going to let Evan Fournier rest a little bit because he does have an injury history. So, we're all looking at Kemba, but Kemba has been pretty healthy except for these last 2 seasons. But Fournier has a history of playing like 65 games a year, basically. So I'm thinking Grimes is going to get some time, and that's going to be good for us.
Yeah, Grimes is going to. Woo! Grimes, man, that's calling that Baby Allen. That's Baby Allen with defense, man. Grimes, right. Man. Right. Grimes looks filthy on that side of the ball or the defense, and shooting eight threes a game. And Kemba gives you 8 threes a game too. But Kemba hits him at a 35% clip. Grimes hitting at 40% clip in college. So I'm really excited to see Grimes, man. Really.
Only problem is that because of the fact that the rookies get such inconsistent time, you're going to see them have to come in cold and stuff. That's the only problem.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. But based on his combine performance, though, it looks like he just come in and light it up.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That man looked dangerous there, boy.
Yes, sir.
Looked dangerous, man. Yeah.
Already. My fault. Just to add it right quick, like I'm already looking forward to Summer League just to see how he performs and the other young guys perform as well. But I just want to throw in something right quick because I think this is something that hasn't been emphasized enough with the Kemba Walker signing. This is how you know it's a new day in New York. Because remember in the past with the front office, with a guy like Kemba Walker, for a guy like him to come to New York, even with his injury history, he'd be asking for, and I think Raw mentioned this early, he would be asking for like 5 years, 100 mil. Like, yo,
Right.
you're going to have to break the bank for me to come and play for your team.
Right.
And the fact that they were able to get Kemba to come here for just 8 million, like, yo, that's what happens when you change the culture of the franchise and actually start winning games. Guys want to come here for less. And I think that this is like a sign that things are starting to turn around for the Knicks. And now in the future, when that disgruntled star comes, it's gonna be a brand new day. We're gonna have guys coming here like as if we're the damn Lakers.
Yeah,
signing for cheap.
Yeah, listen, man. I was going right back to get to the Lakers, man, because when the news broke, and shout out to the Popo in the back. I don't got no guns on me. Chill. I don't got no guns on me. Chill. Back up. All right. So when the news broke that Kendrick Nunn went to the Lakers and the Knicks offered him a little bit more money and he didn't come, I was just like, really? That one kind of was a head scratcher. Because usually the younger guys go for the bag and the older guys go for the chip. So that was a little bit surprising to me. But the thing about Kemba Walker is Kemba Walker had a chance to come to New York a few years ago, and it didn't happen. And the second time around, he chose to join us. So like Ryan said, I mean, it's not overnight. Some people, I've seen some discussions that people are starting to feel weird that the Knicks aren't attracting big name free agents here yet. And two things I'll say. One, it's still a little early. It's the second season of the Leon Rose era. So, chill out. And two, there wasn't really that many free agents available really this season. There's a lot more second tier-ish free agents. The real test is going to be next season, but even next season, I feel like we're going to be doing more trades next season than anything. Considering looking at,
You think so?
I mean, if one comes available,
Yeah, if there's opportunity,
yeah. Like, I think the beauty of this season, really, is that we were able to keep our team together. Most part, we flipped out Alfred Payton for Kemba frippin' Walker. Like, you flip out Alfred Payton for Kemba Walker, and you flip out Reggie Bullock for Evan Fournier, and the rest of the team is this pretty much the same. And then you add rookies who are defensive monsters and dogs. So it just looks like we kept the continuity. We added some dogs, and we've added more talent in free agency. And last season we finished with the 4th best seed in the East. So I know the East got a little bit better, but I think we're still gonna be fine regardless, and we get to keep our flexibility as well because none of these guys on this team right now have an off-the-charts contract on them. Everybody is 3 years, reasonable, $10 million around them, every person. We can, if something becomes available at a certain point, we can package those guys easily for a big name superstar if that opportunity presents itself. And if it doesn't, we just keep rolling. We keep going the course until that opportunity comes. Really?
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, okay, let's look back for a second. Over the past season, it became very painfully evident to everybody that we needed a point guard, right? And we also needed to have somebody that can create their own shot off the dribble instead of trying to depend on Julius all the time. So that became evident, and they addressed that this year. They addressed that, right, with this team. And they did it while keeping the core group of their team intact. They added the pieces they needed, and they did not break up the team. So I'm thinking we're going to run this team for 2 seasons and let everybody just develop together. Let the young guys especially develop with these veterans, and let the veterans mesh. See, that meshing is extremely important. That's why I don't think Chicago's going to be as good as people think, because those guys haven't played together yet. They're just learning how to play together. The Knicks, you got the core of the team. You're just adding a Kemba who fits seamlessly, and you're adding a Fournier. So other than that, and those two are used to playing together, but everybody else on the Knicks knows the system. They're used to it. So I think they're going to run through this season, and then we're going to get to the end of the season, and we're going to see, it's going to again become evident what are we missing, what's going on here. And then if they're going to make a trade, it's going to be next summer where they address whatever that new issue is that's brought up.
And let me touch on that too, because some people were pissed that we didn't get Lonzo Ball. Some people were pissed that we didn't get DeMar DeRozan. I personally feel like I was on the Lonzo Ball train for half of the season, for most of the season, until the playoffs came.
Yeah.
When the playoffs came, and I think I said this a few times in some of the post-game shows during playoff time. When the playoffs came, I pulled back from him because I was like, all right, to me, Julius Randle's playmaking all season has been kind of basic. They're not like high-level quick reads. They're more of a I know the play situations. And so I know where Reggie Bullock's going to be when this play set runs. And then once those plays were scouted and he couldn't, rely on muscle memory to make those plays, he wasn't a playmaker anymore. He couldn't read the defense on the fly and make the correct play. He was actually hesitating.
That's correct.
To me, Lonzo Ball's three-point shooting came into play when he was a standstill three-point shooter, and he wasn't really a guy who can make plays for you off the dribble to create for his team. So to me, after the playoffs, I was like, we need other people who can actually create off the dribble.
Right.
Yeah.
Personally.
Right. No, yeah, right. Because in the half court, it's what you need. And the playoffs are about the half court.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, I was surprised because I did not think, and I had to give him I did not think Trae Young had developed that much to kill us in the half court, but he killed us in the half court.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was just saying that. Yeah, I would have been okay. I would have been, because I was still on the Alonzo Ball trade, but like when I heard the amount of money that he was going for, more than likely, that I was like, all right, that's out of the picture. But you know what? I just looked at something, and the Knicks front office is so damn smart, because if you look at all the contracts they signed, it's a bunch of 3-year contracts, right?
Yeah.
With the third year option, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at the 2023 free agent class.
It's gonna be tight, right? It's gonna be
look at the 2023 free agent class.
Here we go. Who's in the class, Ryan? Because I haven't even looked there yet.
All right, I'm gonna name some names right now.
And I don't even like looking that far ahead.
Jason Tatum.
All right, yeah.
But
All right, I'm gonna just name some names right quick. James Harden, John Wall, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, D'Angelo Russell, Nikola Vucevic. It's crazy. The 22 and the 2023 free agent class is crazy.
It is. Half of those names are gonna be old as hell.
Yeah. So some are gonna be old, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying that there are some good names though. There are some good names though. Even your boy Miles Turner is gonna be a free agent.
My guy Miles Turner, man. If we trade for Miles Turner, I'm over the moon. I'm gonna let you. I don't want to learn. I know the Knicks are gonna be frugal with how they move players, but if we get Miles Turner on the team, I'll be happy.
Yeah, but like when you go down the list, like there's a lot of like good names that's gonna be available that year.
Nah, I agree. Cap flexibility, man. Cap flexibility is key. Salute to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. If you're new to the show, because we got 392 people who's watching us right now. If you're new and you loving the show, man, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share. I'm trying to grow this brand over here at the KOT show, so please help and do those things if you're enjoying the show. Also, the super chat's available. Shout out to Brian Carter, who gives a $4.99 super chat. Says, I like to imagine Kemba watched the verses last night, saw the energy, the locks that Dipset brought to the Garden, and then immediately called his agents. You're damn right that's what happened. You damn right, man. How do you not watch Dipset? Jada made the call, damn it. Jada called Kemba, was like, do you see this, man? Do you see this? You need to come over here to the New York Knicks and enjoy this energy, man. There's nothing like it. For real. All right. Well, shout out.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Ken. I know I had somebody in the queue for a second. I'm not sure if he's still interested in calling because because we was grumbling on for a second. But let me see if he's still available. We'll see. Let's check it out. All right. Hello, Ken. Hey, Ken. You're now live.
Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant.
I'm sorry,
Bradley
Ken.
Beal.
Hey, Ken.
Yep.
Hey, you're live on the KOT show.
Hey, Jay Ellis, how you doing, Rev? Ryan, how you doing?
All right.
Hey man, what's up, man?
Good. So just to talk really quick about free agency. I was listening online, some SNY and some other places. And first of all, mainstream media, especially ESPN, we're getting dogged about our free agent signings, and I think you all touched upon it. Didn't realize that we're the only team that signed free agents with a club option for the last year, which is huge. And even SNY, they were rating our offseason as a 6. But as I go through everything the Knicks have done, even though it's not splashy, I would rate it closer to an 8, because really no one can say that we're going to be competing for a championship next year.
No.
This year coming up, it's all about building upon last season's success and getting better while preserving the cap flexibility, right? Because all these other teams, they sold their soul to try to get better. And that's one thing everyone's missing is Miami made some crazy moves. They made very uncharacteristic moves to try to win this year. But you're going to tell me 2 years from now, 3 years from now, you're going to want Kyle Lowry, 37, 38, making $30 million a year, or them extending Jimmy Butler till he's 36, making $50 million a year?
Yeah.
They're done. Like maybe after next year, the year after, all our normal enemies who stand in our way, they're all going to be capped out. Even Chicago. You're going to tell me Lonzo Ball, that deal, this dude isn't a proven point guard. How are you going to give him $85 million? We're hoping he's going to turn into something he hasn't done in 4 years. Listen, I hope he does it. Don't get me wrong. But you pay for production. You don't pay for hope. And like I said, and then DeRozan, come on. That guy is getting paid $28 million more for his contract, for his 3-year contract, than we're paying Fournier. Yeah. And Fournier's got a skill set that's more desirable. He can shoot threes. He can handle the rock. He can create. DeRozan's stuck in like a 90s game, shooting mid-ranges, and he's not a great defender.
No, he's not.
So like I said, I like what the Knicks did, because we're getting incrementally better, but we're setting ourselves up to be great. And like I said, Dallas, they signed Tim Hardaway for almost the same deal we signed Fournier, but that 4th year is guaranteed. So they're on the hook for $20 million, over $20 million that last year. Same thing. We got 2 point guards, 2 starting caliber point guards. I know you guys are all there arguing earlier about whose team it is. It doesn't matter. We got 2 starting caliber point guards, right? So we can have great point guard play, 48 minutes a game, and it's going to cost us the same or less than what Miami's paying Lowry, what Utah's paying Conley, and the same thing with Conley. After next year, I mean, this guy was hurt last year during the playoffs.
Yeah.
He ain't getting any healthier. He's going to be, 34 after this season, and then the last year of that contract's going to be 35. So like I said, they're going all in for next year, and they're not going to win anything.
Yeah.
So like I said, Jay, I wrote an article about this. I sent it to you, so hopefully we'll get it posted later this week.
All right.
But the point is, all our competition is capped. Look, the Lakers, they're capped out for the next couple of years. Clippers are capped out. Miami, which has been the destination franchise on the East Coast, they're capped out. And listen, and the other thing is, no one's talking about Miami, as they've always been talked about as the ideal organization. They're having issues. Riley's getting up there. A bunch of people left the organization because they saw what was coming down the pike. Riley is going all in to try to win one more championship before he gets shown the door, because that dude's getting closer to 80 than 70, and he's going to leave a nasty cap mess for the next guy to clean up. So that's why Battier took off. That's why Wade decided to go join Utah's organization, and a couple other people are leaving, and even Spoelstra was rumored to maybe go to Portland. Because, like I said, that run of Miami being the best organization in the Eastern Conference is coming to an end.
Interesting.
And like I said, and we talked about Boston. You retweeted today. We got two of the guys they made all those trades for, and gave up draft picks.
Yeah,
to
man.
maneuver around.
We
And then what do we
fleeced
do? Yeah, all we did was use cap space. Well, they're stuck with Horford, and this guy lost a couple of draft picks, trying to maneuver for cap space and to re-sign Fournier. So, like
Yeah.
I said, we're in a great spot, and I just think all Knicks fans need to chill, understand that. Listen, we weren't going to win a championship next year unless something falls out of the sky and Beal or Dame all of a sudden pushes for a trade, and these teams, decide to take, pennies on the dollar. We're not going to be in a position to compete with the contenders this coming
man.
year. But
Yeah, good point, man.
next summer 22,
Excellent.
Yeah, good point, man.
that's when we're going to go
Yeah.
big game hunting.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where all these other teams are going to be too old and capped out.
Exactly.
And then we're going to come in and we're going to clean up.
Exactly.
So like I said, we had, it was low key, it wasn't splashy, but we're doing what we need to do. And like I said, we're doing better, and we're bringing in the right guys. And like I said, these guys
All right.
are going to teach everybody a masterclass in point guard play.
Cool.
this
Thanks,
year,
yo.
man.
Thanks for the
So
call,
thank
man.
you, man.
Thanks for the
All
call,
right,
man.
thanks.
Yes,
Appreciate you
yes.
guys.
All right, yo. Ken with some.
Who is that, Jay? That was an excellent call. Who is
Yeah.
That's Ken. That's Ken. He's the writer, one of the writers and editors for the KOT show.
Oh, that was an excellent call. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
man.
exactly. I don't because in 2
All
years,
right. So,
in 2
all right, yeah,
years,
thanks a lot, Jay. Like I tell you, all our deals are way better
Hold on.
than anybody else signed. And you're going to see that in the article we're going to drop this week.
All right. That's what's up.
Right.
I'm sorry, I thought he was.
There you
going
go.
I thought he was on too.
No, but he's right. In 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
RJ is 23, McBride is 23, Grimes is 23, Mitch is 25, even Randall is 28 in 2 years.
Right.
And in 2 years, all of these guys that you're seeing right now that are young, like your Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders, your Bam Adebayus, who are signing max deals in their 20s, they're going to be up in a couple of years in their option years.
Yeah.
And they'll be looking around and they're going to see who can I go to get this chip that I ain't won yet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, you're
And
right
so-
about that.
We're going to be in a good spot right now. Leon and them is setting us up. And I didn't think about what he said, because you're right. Riley's the guy that put that system in place with Eric Spoelstra and them that has been so successful for 20 years. When he goes, that system goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, right
So-
about that.
So, he's right. He's going all in. And that's what Miami's all in. Philly's all in. Obviously, like Brooklyn's all in. I mean, these cats are going all in. We're not like that right now. We're just building, and everybody trying to diss on us, but we're up and coming.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's why offseason was just so underrated, man. The flexibility is what makes this season underrated. This offseason underrated.
That's right.
It's the
Yeah, man.
flexibility because $10 million, everybody gets team options. Like realistically, our longest, Fournier has their biggest contract, and it's 4 years, but it's really 3 years because we have a team option. Even Kemba Walker, if he decides he's not working out, we can deny his option next season. So like we are in great shape all around to make bigger moves and improve this team at the drop of a dime if we really want to. Like we just played it smart, man. Shout out to Brock Alley, the capologist, Ninja P, Scott Perry, Leon Rose, moving in silence like lasagna, man. These guys, man, playing chess, not playing checkers, man. New York front office, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Man.
Right, baby.
And I like what Ken said too, because it's like, all right, so to get to a championship, right? It's a marathon, you gotta be slow and steady win the race, right?
Exactly.
So now you got all these teams tied up in big contracts. It's like they're running the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the 400 meters. They're just trying to get that as quick as possible. But then you see what's gonna happen is that they're gonna reach like after a mile or two, they're gonna be panting, they're gonna be tired, and we just slow and steady just going past them.
That's right.
And when you look, Knicks is gonna be one of the best teams in the NBA, and we're gonna be on top.
Exactly, and I'm gonna just say this too. Everybody was complaining that we needed more rookies on this team, and you complaining that we traded that pick for next season. When you're looking at the landscape of this team right now, people are wondering how Kevin Knox is gonna get minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And y'all wanted to add another rookie to this mix. That would just be wasting money on the bench, rotting.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Come on, wasting money. Like
I was wondering why they brought him in the first place, but go ahead,
yeah, like if we'd have brought in another pick here, that people complaining that we moved for next year, that's gonna be in the trade package because that's what's gonna happen for whoever we're planning to get here. It could be, I don't know, Sexton, Dame, Beal, whoever. I don't know. Pick your guy. Like when you look at the roster and who's getting minutes, who's not, there's guys in McGrimes and McBride who I want to get minutes, and I'm just like, I'm not sure if they're getting minutes. And you wanted to add another rookie to that mix, like now y'all seeing how much that didn't make sense of why it was so maddening to even be mad a few days ago that we didn't draft the 19th pick. We still got a 21st.
No, it's silly, man. Because look, Tibbs really did play. What he played Obi. He played Mitch.
10 minutes a game.
RJ.
Mitch
he played IQ. So he played 4 young guys last year, major minutes, right?
Right.
And so you got all of those 4 back, and you just added 2 aces with Deuce. Ace with Deuce. You added 2 aces with Deuce, and you added Grimes. So you got 6 young dudes. That's a core right there. We actually don't need anybody else right now.
Right, exactly. And shout out to Adol Chapman who sends a $2 super chat. He says, "We cut in Luka for ? Shocked that Rukas will play." Yeah, Rukas is gonna be overseas. He's gonna be overseas. So we're gonna have to buy his contract out. He just wants to come over here in the summer league to see what's happening. Luka's another guy. I think if we don't accept his contract, there might be another $5 million off the cap if we don't approve of him. I believe.
I think it's 3. He's 3.3.
It's 3. I think it's a cap. Does he have a $5 million cap hold though?
That's
what I heard.
I didn't know that. I thought his contract was 3.3, non-guaranteed to the first game of the season.
We can double check that though.
Yeah, but still 3-5 is still cap space.
Yeah, that's still cap space if he doesn't make it to the season. That's just something to think about.
Yeah.
All right. Salute. Next caller, I see you read. Next caller in the queue. Putting you in. Shout out, caller. You are now live on the KOT show. Hit that KOT live button twice.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just do that.
Mm-hmm. And then hit watch stream after you hit the KOT live button twice, and you be good to go. And don't forget to introduce yourself.
Let me make sure everybody hear me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear everybody?
Of course I can hear everybody. What's up, fellas? What's up, panel?
What's up?
Hey, man, good.
We got Raw. Everybody knows Raw in the building. We got Jay Ellis in the building.
You're all right.
Listen, let me tell you guys something. Let me turn my television down. Hold on.
Okay.
This is one of the most unpredicted, unexpected acquisition that we had today. Like, this is something that I didn't even think in 1,000 years that we'll pull off something like this.
Me neither.
So, for all of Knicks fans that was dogging out the organization, especially the manager, we didn't do anything. We need to make a big splash. We didn't need to make a big splash because we have one of the best management in the game right now.
Yep.
And people have to understand, just take a step back, stop drinking and rum like I always say. Relax. We got this. We are instantly the top 6 teams in the East right now.
Yep.
Easily.
Absolutely.
And the great thing about it is that we have the core still returning back this season. And you know what happened? It will help the new players get acquainted to the philosophy that we already implemented from last year and speed the whole process up faster. So we're in good hands. And you know and the best thing about it? We have pros. We got Kemba Walker, Fournier. Everybody talking about who's going to start. Who cares? Because at the end of the day, they're pros. They understand that they want to win. Win kills all arguments, all debates, all bad bloods in the locker room. Once you're winning, that's all that matters. And Knicks are winners.
Absolutely.
They're winners. And when I see all all the media talking about the Knicks didn't acquire enough players and stuff. I'm like, you guys not seeing what's going on. They're bringing along the young core by adding these tough-nosed, smart-minded basketball players so they could pick their brain so they could apply to the game as they develop into being pros in the NBA. That's all it is.
I hear you, yo. I heard somebody complain that the Knicks are only a second round playoff team. We didn't make the playoffs for years.
Like, come on.
So you complaining that we're only a second round playoff team? Is that a problem to any of you guys right now?
No, not a problem. Man. How many times are you crying with 12 games won, 20 games won?
Right.
All season, we complaining, and then we complaining when we get players that actually know how to play the game of basketball. We complaining. Our biggest downfall is our fan base. I'm telling you.
You know what? I'll say this. I'm not even going to down the whole fan base. I'll say this. We have the most passionate fan bases on the face of the earth, right? We have 578 people watching right now in the off season. This is a passionate fan base. You all right? So, and I'll say this too. As passionate as we are, sometimes the negative is louder than the positive. But I do feel like I'll be honest. At least on Knicks Twitter, and it's always a bloodbath on Knicks Twitter.
Yeah.
This is the most positive and united I've ever seen Knicks Twitter in my entire life. I think 12 out of 13 people were like, they love this move because it was perennial. It was an all-star guy. It only cost $9 million. Is the team option. It's not like a McDyess situation where you're throwing the bag at him and giving up picks. It's not like a Jerome Dream situation where you give the guy 5 years. It's like it's a plausible contract. So I think for the most part, Knicks Nation is happy, and we'll be happy second round as long as we keep building to the future and not and manage our assets responsibly. You know,
right? But before we got the news about Kemba Walker, I was fine with the roster because at the end of the day, it give us time to see our young Knicks grow.
Yeah.
So when he was talking about the point guard, I mean, who want Reggie Jackson? Come on, all players. You know what I mean? Who want Dennis Schroeder? Like Dennis Schroeder, he didn't show up during the playoff. He proved me that he's not reliable. So why would I want a player like him on my squad? That a coach demand a lot of you. Come on.
I was okay with Reggie Jackson. I'm not even gonna lie. I just actually heard Ian say that the Dennis Schroeder Reggie Jackson news wasn't really that accurate. Not that it wasn't accurate, but the Knicks weren't very high on them. They were kind of like, you know how there's like 100 people in the room. And I feel like 2 people said they wanted Reggie Jackson and Dennis Schroeder, and like the other 90-something people was just like, nah. And so the news came out that we were after Reggie Jackson, Dennis Schroeder, but didn't come to fruition.
It's stuff like this. The Knicks are eyeing, or the Knicks are targeting. I know I can ignore that crap in the future because the Knicks are targeting Dennis Schroeder, or the Knicks are targeting this one or that one, and they never even liked it. I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, listen, they could target everybody, but do they fit our philosophy?
Right. Do they fit our philosophy?
Do they fit what we're going through as far as we quote unquote, we're not building our young players. Yes, we are. You don't see what's going on?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree with you. What's your name? I don't think you said your name. Where you from, man? I got to. Go ahead.
My name is Reed from Flatbush, man.
Reed from Flatbush. Shout out to Reed from Flatbush. I know he's called in for a few times already, but shout out to you.
Yeah.
Flatbush. I got fam over there. Flatbush.
Exactly. Yes, you down the block from me, fam. I'm on
Flatbush. No, we living here. We doing it, yo. But thank you so much, fellas, and have a great night.
All right, man. Catch you in the 2 train.
You too, man.
All right, Reed from Flatbush. You got more. Okay, I see more people lining up. Fritz was about to call, but then he saw that people were lining up in the queue. So he's going to take care of the queue. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. If you're new to the channel, because I feel like there's a lot of new viewers here, hit that like and subscribe button. Please subscribe to this channel. And you know what? Also share, man. Share the content as well. Get this KOT name out here and popping. We have pretty good content. We have our guy Raw, who's pretty good with the numbers. Also, is pretty good with the prospects. We have our guy Ryan G, who gives you some stats and some facts as well. And you have me, man, who's always holding it down, kind of hustling, and giving you some guys all around happy-go-lucky content with some jokes on the side. All right, so shout out to you, everybody else who rocking with the KOT show. And always remember,
short man, Jay Ellis is the artist. The artist.
Oh yeah,
Wait, wait, not the artist, the artiste.
The artiste.
Yeah, the artiste.
Oh, that's right.
Artiste.
That's right. Design the sets, design the hats, I design that stuff. I do a lot, man. But I hope you enjoy it.
Michelangelo from Brooklyn.
Michelangelo from Brooklyn. Hood Michelangelo. That's not that hood, really. All right, but all right. Shout out. Hold on. We got the preacher in the chat. Every time he's tried to call, there's always been some technical difficulties.
Well, hopefully, I think you got it going on tonight, JLs. I think you're gonna be good.
Something's always wrong with his setup for some reason. But we're gonna try it right now. We'll see if it's working out right now. All right, Jay Boogie, you are now in the chat. Hit that KOT live button 2 times, okay? Hit it 2 times, and then hit watch stream, and then you should be good. And hopefully it's all Gucci, all right? Jay Boogie, hopefully it's working. And while Jay Boogie's trying to set that up, trying to figure it out, Jay Boogie hit the KOT live button 2 times, and hit watch stream. Shout out to everybody who's rocking in the chat. And shout out to everybody who's sent us a super chat as well. The super chat goes to the channel, helps keep things moving and pushing, helps pay for the writers. It helps pay for SoundCloud subscriptions, Zoom subscriptions, and all the little bells and whistles to keep the KOT show going. All right. So, but also please like and subscribe to the channel. And shout out to everybody who's rocking. If you enjoying the show, like what you see, hit, give us a thumbs up in the chat if you liking the show, all right? Shout out to Joey D. Nice. Shout out to Captain Coke, who says, Knicks going to win the Summer League. Hell yeah, man. Knicks going to win the Summer League, man.
Word. That Summer League team is loaded.
The Summer League team is stacked. Stacked between IQ. You got Obi Toppin. We got Knox, Summer League vet. Kevin Knox back in the building. We got McBride. We got Grimes is going to be lighting it up from 3. Our team is going to be nasty, man. Nasty.
Absolutely.
And Sims looking like a defensive stopper. He's going to be able to play defense on the guards and through the centers. It doesn't look like and he's a lob threat too. Can catch some alley-oops. I feel like he's going to be good.
Going to the top of the backboard. That boy catch.
Yeah, man. You see the video of him dunking it below like it's a Fisher Price for him? Man, that guy's hops is ridiculous. So.
Yep.
That guy hops is ridiculous. Jay Boogie. I don't know. I haven't heard Jay Boogie all this whole time. So see Jay Boogie. I don't know what's up with Jay Boogie stuff, but it's always something wrong with Jay Boogie stuff, man.
Yeah.
But we're gonna put him back to talk to Fritz. And we'll get the next call in. Hopefully he figures out what's going on. All right.
I wanted to say too, I'm glad they reached out to Kendrick Nunn. I really liked him. But I think I see Kendrick Nunn's strategy because his second year is a player option. So Kendrick Nunn plays well when he's off the ball. LeBron is a ball dominant guy. And so is Russell Westbrook. So if they start him, he's going to be able to go off. For the Lakers because he's really good, and so but he doesn't have to worry about setting everything up. Right. So he blows it up, he gets a chip, he opts out, and now he gets paid next summer.
Yeah. Now you're right about that. And I had an eye on Kendrick Nunn on the off season, but like I said, he's a guy's a spot up shooter type of guy. So we do need guys who can create more.
Yeah.
So I'm not too upset that we didn't get him, but I did like his defense.
I liked his game, man. I liked his game, but you know what? We ended up where we're going to end up. I just saying that because I was wondering what happened. I was very comforted to find out that they actually did talk to him and offered him a contract, and he just decided to go try to get the chip.
Right. Yeah. It just shows that this Knicks is kind of consistent. All right,
they all
get
on
these shoulders. We prioritize defense. That's for sure. Kendrick Nunn does that, and he shoots threes. All right.
That's right.
All right. Next caller. I'm bragging you in the queue. Shout out to you. Next caller. You are now live on the KOT show. Hit that KOT live button 2 times and then hit watch stream and you should be good to go. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear the panel and me?
Yes, what's going on, guys?
What's going
What's
on?
going on?
Hey, man.
So, Joey here from Atlantic City. How's everybody doing today on the panel? I know we got some good news today.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
good,
Jay.
man.
Yeah, man. We straight. Yeah,
We ain't need to roll no dice either, Joe.
Facts.
Yo, Hebrew, you actually brought up a good point when I was listening. You said you always hear things about certain players being on the Knicks radar, and like it never coming true. You know what I mean? So, like as a fan and for other fans, you know, it's hard to like listen to that background static of, you know, we're gonna get this guy or we're gonna get this guy. Who knows? Maybe we'll get this one. But this Kemba Walker signing for me, this came right out of left field. So
listen,
that what you just said, it makes it so valid because it's like you can't always just listen to the news or we're gonna get this player, we're gonna get this player. We kind of have to just like keep faith that the Knicks or like our organization knows what they're doing,
right?
Like what player they're gonna sign, and that they have all of this basically figured out. Like they're the chess players, you know. Like it's hard to be a fan and just like, oh, we need this guy or we need this guy, you know. I think the front office really knows what they're doing, and especially with this signing, it gives me a lot of faith in the organization for like years to come. Because I've said in the past, you know, with our winning record from this past season, it's going to draw free agents, and we're starting to see the beginning of this now with like Evan Fournier and even Kemba Walker. Like I'm still thinking we're going to see another signing after this one, but I don't know. What do you think about that, JLs?
I wonder about it too. You just never know with Leon, man. I don't know. I just don't know. Like I said, I asked Ryan earlier, how do you spell Leon Rose? He's a silent G in there because real G's move in silence like lasagna. You don't know what he's going to do. So it can happen. It can definitely happen. I know Miles Turner has been a rumor, but you know that wasn't from a credible source. Maybe that's me personally just wanting Miles Turner here. I don't know what it takes to get him, but also nothing is counted out for me, man. If there's nothing else that comes in the summer, to me, it's all going to be about the trade deadline and next summer. Like those are the things to work out.
I don't think there's any more moves to make right now. Our team is stacked. We just need to work what we got right now. You got to look at logical moves. There's nothing that logically they need to do. So he's going to stand past. He's looking past the season right now. Like you say, look at the trade deadline and moving forward from there and going that. And that's how. And speaking what Atlantic City just said, Joey says this. Like you said just now, Jalen. So they'll throw a name out there. The Knicks are targeting XYZ player, right? And like a lot of the fan base will say, oh, I really like that guy. So they'll be pushing for that guy to be targeted by the Knicks. Oh, we just got the report. The Knicks are going to get him. We're going to get him. And it may not be somebody they even care about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But because a lot of the fan base might like, so somebody might say, well, they're targeting, Cam Thomas in the trade. Oh, everybody's going. And they really were never looking at him like that. But everybody was pushing, or Sharif Cooper. And they do it with a whole bunch of players, and they'll catch part of the fan base because somebody might like that guy and hope that the Knicks get him. But in reality, the Knicks are not really looking at him.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Couldn't have said it better, man. Yeah, like I said, so I don't really see any big moves on the horizon, at least right now. But I think trade deadline, you always got to keep an eye out for it. Disgruntled stars. The Bulls, like, I'm not sure how interested we are in Zach LaVine at this point. I know we rumored to link to him for years. At this point, I'm not sure how we're gonna be linked, but the Bulls story is just interesting because I know Zach wants an extension, and they chose to bring more players on and not extend him. So that's a story to keep an eye out on. Of course, the Dame story is something to keep an eye out on, and the Bill story. So those are the storylines to look at. Will moves be definitely made then? I can't tell you that. I can't. I don't know. You just don't know. But it's Leon Rose and these guys, so they're gonna keep the options open, and they always like the big game hunting. So you just never know, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, for me, like all of this news
I didn't even know AC was still here. Go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to say, like, in this whole free agency thing, like all of these new moves happening. Like I heard the thing with Bullock, and they got rid of Bullock. Do you guys know anything about what happened with that? Because he was like one of my favorite players on the team. I liked having him. Was he just not wanting to re-sign with the Knicks?
Guaranteed. He wanted all 3 years guaranteed, and they only guaranteed 2, and they were doing a third-year team option. And Dallas gave him all 3 years guaranteed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it was. Especially if you consider the fact that Bullock, he took a pay cut to come here, but he had the neck injury thing, so he was only here for like I think it was 2 million or so. 3
Well,
million?
actually, his original deal was 2 years, 20, but then he got his neck hurt,
Right.
and they kept him. They could have cut him, but they kept him and gave him $4 million for 2 years. And so then his neck got back right. Really was just this past season, and so it was really the Knicks doing him a big solid because they could have let him go when he got the bulging disc because but they kept him. So he was just looking for that third guaranteed year. The Knicks weren't going to do.
Right, yeah, and he was exactly. And if he's used to getting 10 million a year and he got cut to 2 million, he's probably thinking, I want all the years I can get. So that's why he left, really.
Yeah, I was so surprised to see him go. Like, I thought the first person that was going to go was going to be Elf, and I haven't heard anything about Elf, if he's even still on the team, if he's a free agent, like what's going on with him. There's a couple other players too. I know they got rid of Pell.
We already knew Pell was gonna go because we brought in our own center project that we drafted, so we're gonna be more invested in him because so we already knew he was gonna go, and they also have Noel and Mitch, so there's no really reason for Pell to be here. Pell was more a fail safe because of the injuries that happened last season. You know what I mean?
Did Elf get picked up by a different team?
Nope, still on the shelf.
Because I don't see him getting picked up by anybody. I see him as just being like one of those, failed NBA stories that you hear about. You know what I mean? That just never gets picked back up. It sucks to say because his past with the Magic and all of them. He was kind of like an up and coming star for a certain amount of time, and then once he joined the Knicks, he kind of just feel like he just flatlined. So I don't see him getting picked up by anyone.
Yeah, he might be with Shanghai or something, but
go to China.
Yeah,
Shanghai Sharks.
But really, no, seriously though, all fairness to Elf, he's in a position where there's two positions in NBA where there's a glut. There's a glut of point guards and there's a glut of fives. So you might see guys like him, have to go to China. It's not a regular season. Everybody got the point guard they need, right? And they look for starting point guards, which Elf is not a starting point guard. And then there's younger guys that can play his role off the bench. So there's just a glut of those guys. So that's why it's not like he's a scrub. It's just that he was in a position to be a starting point guard in New York, and he really is not that. That's not him. So I think that's what it was. But I think he'll, he'll get in the right situation. Don't be surprised if some playoff team picks him up for a bench defender, man.
Yeah, he can defend. Like it's just hard to be in this league and not be able to shoot, especially as a point guard. Like they expect centers to shoot now, so at least a 15-footer.
Yeah, exactly,
so if you're gonna be a point guard who can't shoot, that's
people complaining
rough.
because Mitch ain't shooting threes. You know what I'm saying? So imagine a point guard.
That's rough. So he might have a hard time. You might see him sign with a team like when everybody else is picked up. When the guys with potential, the stragglers, then you might see him get a deal. But it's kind of strange because he did have an okay season before he came to the Knicks. He did have a pretty good assist percentage. He had 5 triple doubles with New Orleans. So he's not a complete scrub, but it's just the wrong situation, wrong fit for him, man.
Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, you have to think of it this way as well. Like he's not really a game changer. Like Ben Simmons is another point guard where he can't shoot the ball, but at least Ben Simmons can do so many things for you on defensive end. He can rebound and things like that. So it's like at least Ben Simmons got value, but Elf ain't giving you nothing on offense. And if his defense is not popping, then he really has no use to an NBA team. So
agreed.
Yeah, but yo, thanks for the call, man. We have somebody else in the queue. Shout out to you. What's your name? Where you from? One more time, man.
Joey from AC.
Joey from AC.
Shout out
I called a couple times today.
Yeah, I know you called. I just have a suck memory, that's all. But I do remember your name, Joey from AC. So shout out to Joey from AC, man.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
All right. Shout out to Joey. All right.
Joey from the Boardwalk in Park Place.
Next caller, you are live on the KOT show. Shout out to Big Nick. Hit that KOT live button 2 times and then hit watch stream and you'll be live with the KOT show. All right, Big Nick, if you were there. While you're waiting for you to set up, if you are setting up, I don't know if you hear me. Shout out to everybody else that's rocking the chat. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Man, we talking Knick. We talking Kemba Walker coming home.
That's right.
The Don from UConn coming back home to New York Knicks. The day after Jada Kiss comes over here, burns the house down in Madison Square Garden, we get the news that Kemba Walker is coming home, and he was going to be joining Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, Evan Fournier, IQ, Derrick Rose, and the rest of the crew to take on the rest of the NBA, man. We're excited, man. And no one saw this coming. Nobody saw it coming at all, man. It's fourth best team in the East. We add Fournier. We add Kemba Walker. I'm really excited to see what the season is about to be, man. Shout out to this team. And Big Nick, I'm not sure what's going on with Big Nick. I can't hear anything Big Nick is saying. I'm not even sure Big Nick is there. He might have fell asleep. But I'm going to put him back in the waiting room because he's not responded. I'm going to try J Boogie one more time. Let's see what's going on. All right, J Boogie. You are now live on the KOT show. Are you all right? J Boogie, hit that KOT live button 2 times, and then hit the watch stream button. And J Boogie, you get the call if you want to. If you just want to skip the line and call on the Discord, do that. If you can hear me, all right. Shout out to the guy J Boogie, man. Friend to every content creator in the Knicks atmosphere over here, all right, on YouTube.
Yeah,
man.
hopefully we catch him.
Yeah, hopefully we catch him, man. Shout out to Quiet Money. I see you, man. Shout out to Mansa Dushan. Shout out to everybody else in the chat. Mansa Dushan, UBG. Says RJ is improving his shooting, man. I saw RJ doing some nice pull-up threes in the offseason. Hopefully he brings that to the game this season, man. The walk-up threes. I know Walker does the walk-up threes a lot, so hopefully he can show him how to get his footing down. And RJ takes a step of not just being a catch-and-shoot shooter, but a guy who can shoot on the move. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to you. Shout out to G Marley. He says we added the rookies, too. Oh, we got a troll. Shout out to the troll, because, trolls are just admirers from afar.
Of course.
Trolls are just fans, man.
Yeah, trolls are admirers from afar.
Yeah, sure.
You dream about girls and never get a girlfriend.
Shout out to the people who hit the dislike button before the video starts. I really love you guys.
Oh man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how you know they really love you.
Exactly.
When you really on their mind, when they hit the dislike button before the video starts, ooh, they love us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, all facts.
Stay on their mind.
That's right. That's when you know we rent the space in their head already.
Exactly.
Wake up on their mind.
Have prime real estate in their forehead, in their brain, whatever.
Exactly.
Prime real estate, yo.
Prime real estate in their mind.
Exactly. Just like the Mad Nets fans for years. Exactly.
That's how we say, I'm sorry you paid $120 million for 3 players and didn't get out the second round. No, I'm not.
Facts, yo. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh man.
Sorry, not sorry. I see more people in the queue. I see Cushies in the queue as well. Okay, people trying to show up.
Yeah,
we just got super chat too.
Super chat. Yeah.
Oh,
yep.
Super chat. Hold on. Let me get to the super chat, man. Shout out to the super chats, man. $4.99 super chat. Shout out to you.
Bruh.
Oh, my bad. Hit the ooh button for the super chat. All right.
Yeah, what he said is definitely not a bro.
He said, "Cheers, cheers to Elf on the shelf."
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah, Elfrid Payton is permanently on the shelf, man.
Yeah.
Average 10 points a game, shot 28% from 3 last season. Bad. I'm sad to see him go, but not really.
Not really.
The Shanghai Sharks will probably be able to use them though.
Exactly. He'll probably average 25 for them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, yo.
He has a triple double in Shanghai.
Exactly. I do admire that he put his heart on the line a lot of times on the defense. Sometimes I just feel like he wanted too much, to be honest.
Bro, it wasn't for lack of effort. You know what I'm saying? It's just that he did not have that top level talent to do what we needed done, man.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, it seems like the guy who was in the queue left the queue. So yeah,
You know you done made it, JLs, because you got some trolls in it. You done made it big time. When you get trolls, you have arrived, my friend.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. I'm here for the trolls, man. The trolls will make my life great, man.
You get trolls,
Word.
you have arrived. The trolls can't see, past their 5 fingers, but then when they see you close, that means
Exactly.
you the man.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the people when I love when I wake up on people's mind. That's how I know they're a fan. But shout out to you guys
Right
as well.
here.
All right, man. I try to get Jay Boogie going, man. It seems like Jay Boogie shouldn't come through, but shout out to my guy Jay Boogie. And everybody else is rocking with the KOT show for real. All my regulars aren't even here tonight. This is crazy. I feel like I see like 450 new people.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
It's that kind of day with this news, man. With Kemba coming.
Exactly. Oh, I see you tell him. I see him, Alejandro. Shout out to tell him Alejandro in the chat.
Tell him.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, man.
On the BX.
Exactly. All right. Well, if that is all, if none of the calls come through, we can wrap the show right now, man. It's a good show. It's actually long enough though. It's gonna be because it was just the Kemba news to talk about. But I think we covered everything we need to cover. Except only thing else that happened that I really didn't touch on was the Knicks got Taj Gibson, man. The Knicks.
Yeah.
We can't go nowhere without Taj, man. We need Taj.
Exactly. Need that veteran leadership and that backup, just in case.
Taj back. Taj is the backup behind the backup's backup, and he's backup.
Yep.
Exactly. The Knicks
Mitch go down, you got Mitch go down, you got Nerlens go down, you got Taj.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Knicks got Taj Gibson for like vet men. Doesn't count across the cap against the cap. Also, Derrick Rose. It was rumored that Derrick Rose was gonna count against the cap as well, but we're gonna be using his bird rights to sign him, which is why we have the money to actually go after Kemba Walker.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really what it is. And Taj Gibson is a big deal. He filled in for us last season, played a big role on the defensive end. He's been undersized power forward playing center, but played brilliantly, man. There was even times in the playoffs this past season where I felt like he did a better job than Noel of containing pick and rolls and bottling up Trae Young, just because he's that quarterback back there that we needed to kind of direct traffic. So shout out to Taj Gibson. Glad to have you here for another year, and hopefully you can keep being that leader and that mentor for these young guys, and teach Mitch and Noel not just how to block shots, but how to direct traffic on the back end. So shout out to Taj Gibson.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, we got another.
Yeah, super chat. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I peeped that. Shout out to Keith Watkins, since a $4.99 super chat, says hope you guys go live a lot off season. Great content. Keep up the good work. What do you think the PG minutes will go this year? I feel like, listen, I think it's gonna be split. I feel like it has to be split 50-50 between Kemba and Rose. Rose I feel like will be off the bench. He already has that chemistry with that second unit. I feel like they're gonna try to start Kemba and ingratiate him with the starters. I can see Rose playing a slightly more minutes just because of the familiarity in the beginning, but I think ultimately he's gonna settle kind of a 50-50 role, and then if injuries come in, they'll slide in IQ or McBride. How do you guys see the point guard minutes being distributed?
Yeah, I agree. Like, I can't see Kemba or Rose playing over 30 minutes a game. It's going to be 20-something minutes each. And I think that it's going to probably depend on who's the hotter option, for that game. So if Rose got it going, probably Rose is going to play maybe a bit more than Kemba. If Kemba got it going, Kemba's going to probably a bit more than Rose. So I think it's going to be pretty much, almost 50-50.
Absolutely. Pretty much almost.
And then you don't forget about Alec Burks. You're still gonna have him on the wing, sharing time with between. It's gonna be Alec Burks, IQ, and Evan Fournier.
Yeah, that's the thing too, because Alec Burks seen a lot of success playing point guard last year as well, especially in the fourth quarter. It seemed like he kind of found his groove at the end of game situations, especially hitting the three off the pick at the top. So it'll be interesting to see if we even start to use Alec Burks as more as a playmaker as well, or if he's going to be playing strictly small forward this time. But I'm guessing he's going to be strictly small forward just because of the guards we have this time.
or shooting guard, right? Shooting
Yeah,
guard.
a shooting guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you got between RJ and Evan Fournier, you're going to have a rotation with them, and of course, RJ going to play 1,000,000 minutes, so you're going to have them two, but then you're going to have Burks with IQ, and then of course you're going to have Grimes sometimes as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about Grimes. I'm super excited about Grimes.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about both our rookies.
Yeah.
Man.
But yo, shout out to you guys, man. We have a bunch of content coming. Listen, like I said, I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes too. So get ready for the stuff that I have coming. I don't want to tell you exactly what it is yet, but I have some stuff coming behind the scenes. Hopefully, that should be released to you guys in August, September. Also, Summer League Sunday. We will be here Sunday. And to talk about the Summer League game on Sunday. Also, we'll be here Monday. I don't know you guys know yet, but have a guest for Monday.
Okay.
Have a guest Monday.
Okay.
My guy Jake is back, man.
Okay.
My guy Jake in the paint, man. He's really, really sharp kid. Sharp draft kid. He's going to break down the draft guys, man, because we haven't actually had like an official draft review yet here, and I was talking to Jake behind the scenes for a while, waiting for him to get free so he can come on the show. So he should be here. He will be here on Monday, so definitely check that out as well. And I think we have another game on Wednesday next week, where it's another Summer League game. So check out. We're gonna be busy for the next few weeks. So all right. So if you like the show, like, subscribe. And thank you for the super chats, man. It definitely helps. All right. So let's wrap it up, man. Raw. Let them know where we can find you, sir.
Okay, Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube, Raw Hebrew Remnant on Twitter, and of course on Patreon, Raw Hebrew Remnant, repping Knicks Nation.
Right.
We're collecting for people in the Philippines. That's people that are homeless and people also that are just struggling to get food in the Philippines. They don't have unemployment and all that over there. And so when it gets locked down, some of them literally are starving. And like I said, for $25, you could basically feed 2 families for almost a month.
Exactly. So shout out to Rose. It's a good cause, man. Oh, 20. Hold on.
Yeah,
Wait
we got it.
Boston Nick is the man. Boston Nick is the man. Boston Nick is the man. Yeah.
Shout out to Boston Nick, gives you the $20 super chat, man. Boston Nick stay supporting me, though. There's people who support you. There's people support. Boston Nick always supports the hell out of me. And when I be out for 3 days, you be like, yo, Jay Ellis, where are you, son? But he says, shout out to the mods, the fans, to you, Jay Ellis, to Raw, to Ryan G. But I want to know where the fans are that are excited for Kemba and are also upset at the Knicks brass for trading back in the draft at Gunshots.
Oh.
All right. We
That's
talked about trading back in the draft a few times. I actually have a video on YouTube already. It's a few days back. I've talked about people who are upset about trading back in the draft, but I'll do the short version right now because we talked about it already. The short version is this. If you're looking at our team right now and the way Tom Thibodeau plays our guys, Tom Thibodeau likes to play veterans over rookies. So it does not make sense to draft 5 rookies on his team this season. It was smarter to push one of those drafts back, have one guy be a draft and stash guy, just so they don't lose value. And I use Obi Toppin as an example. Obi Toppin's value would be higher if Julius Randle wasn't here, if he was able to play more minutes. Right now, he's been playing 10 minutes a game last season. If that man played 15 to 20 minutes a game, Obi Toppin's value would be higher. So it would be, to me, we would be losing money and losing value if we drafted a guy at 19. It would have been a bad idea. I think the way we're doing it right now, where we can push that draft pick back to next season and use that in a trade for a later day, I think is a smarter thing for us to do overall. So that's my take on.
Yeah, no, we got 2 first rounders for that would have been 19 and 21 for the price of one guy at 25.
Right.
Because we got it's not about the position as much as that did you get the guy you wanted, and they got both the guys they want. They
Boom.
just got them cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got them cheaper. Plus, by pushing the pick back next season, we save 2.3 in cap space. So now when we go to Kemba Walker and go, hey, we want to give you money, and he's like, 7 million. I want 9 million. Looks like closer to 10. We got the 9 million now because we saved $2.6 million moving the pick from this year to next year. So I mean, is a plethora of reasons why that move made sense. And some guys, you need to stop being a little bit short-sighted and think about the shiny toy that's running in front of you. Sometimes you gotta play chess, not checkers.
Exactly.
And move the pieces on the game board around so it makes sense for you at the outcome.
That was a chess move.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think a lot of people, what they do is that they look at moves on the surface. So like they look at the moves on the surface and they're like, okay, we have the 19th and 21 and the 21st pick. Why the hell are we moving back and trading those picks and picking somebody at the 25th pick and this and that? And they're not noticing that, okay, by making these moves, the Knicks just created extra cap space where they can go after a player that's going to definitely help the team.
Exactly.
You don't know these things until people actually break it down and be like, okay, these are the reasons why the front office made these moves.
Exactly. And on top of that, I'll say this as well. Listen, man. At this point, the front office, right? I think the front office at this point should have earned some respect from the things that they have accomplished last season. Right. This is a team that was a ragtag team that wasn't even supposed to make the playoffs, and we ended up being the 4th best team in the East. So I think we should kind of, give them a little slack. They've earned a little bit of trust. So I think when moves come out, we shouldn't directly, not to say don't have your own brain and not to be upset, but I think you should give them the benefit of the doubt. At this point in time, just because of the success that we had last season. This is season 2, so let them work and cook. All right? Cool. All right, cool. So, getting back to the closing. Ryan G, let them know where to find you.
Okay, you can find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN, and you can find me on Twitter at Ryan G KOT.
All right. You can also find us at the KOT Show on Twitter. The NickOfTimeShow.com is where you can find our blogs and our writers as well. You can also find us on Instagram at the Nick of Time Show, and also is Facebook as well. All right. And also, you know what, too? If you go to NickOfTimeShow.com, you get your KOT snapbacks and custom for yourself and other types of merch. So shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT Show. And shout out to everybody who supported us from day one. That is our show. We are out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.